Absolutely. Can't wait to get
Okay.
started.
What is your name?
My name is Miguel Castro,
What city and state do you operate in?
Coconut Creek, Florida.
What's your like job?
I'm the general manager of Cheesecake Factory in Coconut Creek, Florida.
How long have you had this career?
Career working in the restaurant industry, it's probably been, say, 18 years now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like explain our project a little bit. So our project, it's called the safety straw, and it's a disposable straw that it alerts a user when their drink has been spiked, and more specifically, it's when if anything's added to a drink, the straw drastically changes color, and it alerts the user, and it prevents the all too common consequences of drink spiking.
Nice.
All right. Do you think there is potential in using our straws?
Sorry, was that
Do you think
potential in
there's,
using the straws?
yeah.
Yes, definitely potential using straws. Now the question will be, is like, how would you market this and how would you get this, to be get this
Yeah.
to, is this something that like would be the restaurants or the bars provide this to this guests? Or is
Um,
this something that would, more like the guests bring it with themselves? Like,
um,
with females going out to bars or restaurants having it in their pocket or having it in purse and then using it.
Most likely it would like depend on the situation.
Yeah. Because as a restaurant operator, right, there's costs with everything. So for me,
Yeah.
with this product, I think this product, sounds amazing. But with my line of work, it's like, okay, would this be beneficial for me with the costs? Because the restaurant industry, bars, everything like that, the profit margin is slim. That's why you see a lot of restaurants don't last, but after 1 year of being open.
Yeah.
So restaurants is an extremely difficult industry to survive and be profitable, which a lot of people might not understand. Now, was that this type of straw, which you really want to kind of maybe geared towards is maybe like the bars, you know, clubs, stuff like that, or get it where it's like, hey, get the social media involved. So like when, females go out or anyone goes out, they bring that with them and then they can use that, themselves.
Yeah.
Another, marketing tactic, it could be something where, maybe bars might sell it, on the side or something like that, either through, I mean, I don't know, a vending machine or something of that nature, but selling on the side, like, hey, you come in, here's a pack of, six, $5, $10, whatever the cost would be to, distribute this.
Mm.
If it's a typical restaurant like Cheesecake Factory, like, me personally, we wouldn't be too much in the market for this because this is something where you don't really see this on a, like, in a family environment. This
Mhm.
is more geared towards the like Miami's or Fort Lauderdale's. You go out to certain restaurants and bars at late nights where, more of the social drinking aspect of
Yeah,
it.
like big party cities.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And now, the thing would be for, is the cost. So,
Yeah.
like how much the cost would be. Is it something where it's now if the cost is not too much, then maybe these bars might have it and they might sell it on the side to their patrons like, hey, we have a pack of six, because if the cost is not too much, it might be something that, the bar itself might market, to their clientele when they come in. It's like, hey, then, you have a, here's a straw, I don't know if it's reusable or not, but if you sell like that, or it could be upcharge because
Mhm.
anything that we buy, for example, like there's a cost of doing business, right?
Yeah.
But then if you're adding these straws, now these straws will be a lot more expensive than the straws I get normally. And then either I take the hit or I pass the cost to the clientele, to
Mhm.
the guests that come in.
Of
So
course.
that's something that, one aspect you have to do is kind of think about is like how you can market this if this is, like I said, if it's, you want to sell it to the guests, per se, or to the bars, or maybe both.
Definitely. That's one of our biggest things is we want to make sure it's cost effective.
Yes. Cost effective, something where like in, business industry where you might not think of it though, but like I personally, like we manage everything.
Mhm.
So for example, we have, when you go out to a restaurant, right? Sometimes they'll have these napkins that have the logos on cheat, like for us, we have our Cheesecake Factory logo, right? It's what we
Yeah.
call a beverage napkin. So that napkin itself is what we call a two-ply napkin. It's a little bit thicker, so that way when in water, just starts coming off from the glass and everything like that from condensation, it doesn't shrivel up. But then we also have a single-ply napkin. We use that for other instances in the kitchen. Like for example, we have a plate, we put a bowl on the top of a plate. We'll put
Mhm.
that single-ply napkin on top of that bowl. The reason why is the double napkin with our logo on it is about 6 times more expensive compared to a single ply napkin.
Wow.
So it might not be, it's like, oh, you think about pennies, it might be, oh, it's only one might cost us, let's say 5 cents, the other one might cost us 1 or 2 cents for each napkin. But you're talking about hundreds and hundreds and thousands. And then you multiply that by, for my company, we have over 225 restaurants. It adds up. So that's why, as myself as an operator, we really look at every single thing when it comes to try to minimize the cost of, how to do business. But with this type of straw, sorry, my daughter here is chugging milk on the side. But anyway, Ellie. But anyway, so with these type of straws, like you said, though, is cost effective. Okay, so it would have to be something that for a restaurant, maybe not too expensive for us to bring it in. We're not gonna give it to every single guest, but maybe something that we have it, for it could be something where it's like, hey, upon request, that type of situation could be as well. If it's not that expensive, it could be something of that nature where, as an operator, let's say if I was operator of like a bar, it could be something where it's like I might, bark it that we have these type of straws here available upon a request. So that way, it's females, might feel more comfortable, going to my establishment, knowing that we have this product on hand and they can request it. I'm not gonna give it to every guest, but I will give it to, upon request to any guest that would like it.
Definitely. Has your establishment or like the franchise that you know of has ever dealt with an issue where a drink has been tampered with? Or have you ever heard this happening in other like
Now, me personally, no, my establishment, no, but I have personally, yes. Just with, growing up, just going out to bars and clubs and everything like that. I have known, some of my friends, that have, had something, spiked because all of a sudden they've only had 2 drinks, and next thing you know, they not acting like themselves. And
Yeah.
fortunately, we were fortunate enough to get them out of that situation. But me personally, like I said, in my establishment, no,
Mhm.
but personally, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think this product will have a positive effect?
Yes, without a
Okay.
doubt. That's something that's well thought of. There's definitely a market for it, especially if you go to a big city, any like Miami, New York, LA, where it's a huge city. People go out like you hear now where females and everything like that, what they do is they'll order certain drinks and they're watching the bartender, making sure that the
Mhm.
bartender's, pouring exactly what they asked for. And they try to, like watch the drinks at all times. But at the same
Mhm.
time, someone might distract them, like maybe you could have a situation where these 2 gentlemen might be working in tandem. One gentleman's talking to this one female. He gets her distracted while the other gentleman slips something into her drink without her knowing of it. So that's
Mhm.
where something of this nature, where maybe if you market that nature, like the whole thing is, but how would you market this? You have to get into the different scenarios where, people might be able to slip a drink in, everything like that. And so, look, they have the straw in that drink, someone slips something into it, it changes color right away. You see it, then you give it back to the bar, you discard it, or maybe as a female, or you leave that establishment right then and right there. So there's definitely a market, and this is definitely something positive. And that, if you can figure out and everything how to make this, will definitely be well used.
Okay.
When drink spiking occurs, is it a liability issue for the establishment?
Yes, it could definitely be a liability issue for the establishment if we encourage it. If it's happened in the past and we don't do nothing about it to prohibit this, if it's the same gentleman that keeps on coming in and has been, accused of doing this and making loudest guests to continue coming in, yes, if we have proof that it's happened and we don't do nothing about it, then we will be liable for it. So, oh yes, we definitely can be liable for it. For us as restaurant operators or anyone who serves alcohol, if we are responsible, so if we overserve a guest and they get an accident, we are liable for that. So same thing of this nature though. So if we are aware of of someone tampering with someone's drink, we do nothing about this, then we can be liable for this.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions for us or any tips? Anything we didn't hit?
Tips. Well, I think the straw itself and everything like that would be definitely great. The one question I guess would be, would it be something that's reusable or is this like a one time, like one drink?
Our goal would be for it to be you could choose either. We'd have
Okay.
an option that is disposable and then an option
All
that
right.
would be reusable.
No, smart, definitely, because if you use sorry, if you use if it's you want definitely like the two options, everything, because a single use would be good for the actual like restaurant.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's something it's like, hey, you can market it. It's like, hey, we have these type of straws, available. Reusable would be smart for, let's say if you're going out and everything like that,
Yeah,
they
someone wants to
can
carry it
use
around.
it, then they bring it home with them, and they can have it, use it for the next time.
Definitely.
And then cost, you know, I guess it all depends on, R&D and everything, how much it would be to produce something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Advice would be definitely, like I said, restaurants and everything, the profit margin is very slim. Bars, if it's a well-run bar and very busy, profit margin is a little bit more than a typical restaurant because you do get higher profit, off of alcohol than food. But you just got to remember the profit margin for this type of, is very small. So
Mhm.
if you're trying to gear it, selling it to the restaurant itself, and for the
Mhm.
restaurant to provide it to the guests, it definitely has to be something cost effective. But if
Mhm.
you're going to gear it, maybe selling it straight to the guest,
Mhm.
then that's going to be a little bit, better or not better. Then you can maybe charge a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. So sorry. So it could be more expensive because especially if it's reusable, that's something that we're like maybe sell something at $5, $6, $7.
Mhm.
If it's if it's reusable because you get more juice out of it. But when you do that though, then you're not gonna be selling as much as you would. But people lose straws, so that also works in your favor as well.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.